Alright gang, welcome back to our Skyefin Aquafarm series here in Kinlaig. It is still September, it is still raining, and we're in the process here of kind of taking over for the workers since they wasted a ton of my money and just went around in circles for whatever reason. Big time issue with the pathing here for some reason. I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that I created fields in an area that really doesn't have a field, right? So I'm sure there was some kind of an issue with that, I don't know. But anyway, we're back underway, I guess, here, and we're going to move along, trying to get this done ourselves. So how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. I've had some personal things in life going on that wasn't really expecting, and then tsunami hit. So I'm sure many of you probably were in the same path that we were, but here in southern Ohio we were not equipped to handle nearly 2 feet of snow. I can tell you that much. Northern Ohio, a little bit different, but yeah, southern Ohio, we're not normally used to getting 2 feet of snow. That happens like once every 10 years, maybe. So it was a lot. It was a lot for our municipals to actually deal with and handle, right? So, yeah, and me being dumb, thinking, well, you know, they're always wrong, right? They always say there's going to be a ton of snow coming, and then it ends up being like 4 inches or something. Didn't buy a snowplow, so I'm out there shoveling it by hand. And like I told you, we had, you know, almost 2 feet of snow up here, so it was a lot. Let's put it that way. My back hurts. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Especially after the plow came by finally and cleaned off the road. Threw it back up into the driveway again, and then I had to go back out there and lift that up. And a lot of the times that stuff that they threw up there is extremely heavy. More heavy than the rest of it because they're throwing up ice and all kinds of stuff, right? So it was something. It was something. I haven't had to do that in a while. So that wasn't the main culprit for the reason why. Well, I mean, most of you don't even know that there was any issue going on because most of you, you know, are just getting it on the typical release schedule, and there hasn't been a missed day or anything like that. But anybody that's a member on the channel will know that I haven't had really any videos up there for the last handful of days or so for them to watch early. That's one of the perks they get. They get to watch the videos early before they're released to everyone else. And yeah, that's the reason for that. So, but hopefully we're back in the groove now. Hopefully no other issues occur. Hopefully none of the other personal stuff that's been happening happens again. Let's hope not, at least. But yeah, we're back in the groove, man. We're back in the groove. So canola's going in here. We talked about that in the last episode, and I know some people probably said, well, why are you doing canola? It has nothing to do with, you know, part of, you know, what your goal is here for the series. You're right, it doesn't. But what it does do is, you know, the canola itself is going to be worth more money than the wheat or the barley would be, which is all we can put in right now is canola, wheat, and barley right now. There's not anything else for us to be able to put in. So based off of those alone, I wanted to get one field of canola in. The other two will probably be wheat or barley. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to do yet. So that way we have a little bit of an offset crop that we can go sell, right? So this is a crop that we can just go out and sell it directly and make some money off of it. Now, granted, you know, the barley and stuff, I'm turning that into flour, and that's going to make us good money. It really is. But, you know, the actual mill itself has not been able to keep up with how much we have in there. So I think having one field, and it's a decent-sized field here after we expanded it, but having one field of canola that we're going to just be able to sell outright or turn into canola oil, we can also do that, right? Will probably be better off for us just to help stagger that a little bit and make us a little bit more money up front, because really our goal right now is maybe we buy one more field, maybe, like I mentioned, but really our goal here is to start just saving. I mean, heavily saving money, so we can start buying, so we can buy the fish food production, right? Those of you that may not know and stumbled across this, the main goals of this series is to be self-sufficient when it comes to the fish farming. And so what that means is I have to buy, we already have the aquafarm, right? We bought an abandoned aquafarm and got that back up and running. Now we've got to buy the fish food production, and then we have to supply all the food that goes to the fish food. So eventually, here in the near future, we will not be doing any more of the buying of the fish food from the store and bringing it over here and doing the continued repetitiveness that we've been doing with that. And instead, we'll go into a repetition of dropping off, you know, stuff at the fish food factory and then picking up that fish food from that factory once it's been created, right? But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. Now, we technically have the option today, if we want to do barley or wheat as well. I think we're going to do one of those two. I'm not sure which of the fields we're going to do, though. I'm not sure if it's going to be this field over here or if it's going to be our other field. That's a little bit further away. I haven't really made that decision up yet. And, yeah, so I don't know yet. I don't know which one we're going to do. Personally, I'm thinking we're probably going to do this field here. So we're going to do the bigger field over here. But I don't know yet. So we'll figure that out as we move along. Now, we don't really have any kind of fish stuff that we need to maneuver around today because we're still doing the same. We're doing a recording in the same episode still, right? It's still September, so not really a whole lot has spawned for us to be able to move fish and things around. So that'll be good, right? I feel like, and there's no other way to go around it, right? But I feel like we've been getting a little repetitive with every episode, picking up the fish, taking them around. Like you've seen me do that 1,000 times. So what I might start doing is maybe doing a bit of that off camera. Perhaps I only come on camera with that when we're getting ready to sell it, so you can actually see the amount of money we get. Just kind of cut part of that out at least, cut half of it out at least, but we'll see, right? We'll see. But anyway, we're back in the groove, man. It feels good to be back here, and hopefully we'll start getting some loaded up on the backlog for all of you that are members to watch early, if you so choose. Competitive one-tile challenge will be being recorded. Let's see, at the time of this recording, it'll be recorded tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be recorded tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. Get back in the groove of the guys there as well, getting that going. I believe, I'm not sure when it will happen, but I believe sometime a week from this Saturday, we should. Sometime between this coming Saturday, and the following Saturday, we should have another episode, I think, of the Competitive One-Tile Challenge out. I'm not sure what that day is going to be yet. We haven't decided that yet, but we did talk about it, and that we're going to try to start most weeks upping the number of episodes of that series, so something like 2 times a week. Not going to be every single week, though, right? Because there's going to be stuff that we all have to do, and there's 3 of us, right? So all 3 of our schedules have to align, and it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes. So, but most of the time, I think all this can be made available on Sundays. So we're going to try to do a recording on Sundays and Tuesdays moving forward. So we'll still have a release on Saturday, but I'm just not sure what day we'll do besides Saturday. It'll probably, if I had to guess, it'll probably be like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. That would be my guess. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's where I'm thinking. But we'll talk with the guys and see, what's best for them too, right? Because it needs to align with them too. We want to make sure all 3 of ours are releasing on the same day. We don't want to release them on different days. So it really depends on their schedules and things too. So right now, the lucky thing about what we're doing is I don't have anything that is extremely specific that it has to be out on a specific day. On any of my series, right? So I certainly have a bit of a schedule for, the Survive 25 series, right? It's coming out every Sunday at this point, but it doesn't necessarily have to come out on that Sunday, right? It can be put to a different day. It doesn't have to be Sunday. It's just the day I picked. So we are almost out of solid fertilizer. I do not think we have any more fertilizer over here. I'm pretty sure we don't. No, we've got seeds, but we don't have any fertilizer. So we're going to buy some fertilizer. Now, the nice thing is we do have a buying point here. We put down a buying point, so we can just buy it here. We don't have to go all the way to the shop. We do have to continue to go to the shop, unfortunately, for any fish food because, well, quite frankly, the fish food is not compatible, or it hasn't been updated, at least, for the actual buying point here. It would be great if that was the case because that would save us a ton of time. But unfortunately, that's just not the case right now. So, all right. So let's buy some fertilizer. Not terrible, but not cheap either, right? Lots and lots of flour over here, as you can see. Tons and tons of that. I believe we talked about that. It's not going to be good for a couple more months, I think. So, not really too worried about that, but maybe we'll look at it again once October hits and take a look. I'm pretty sure it's a winter thing we sell, excuse me. But, I guess we'll find out, right? Now, as far as this goes, we probably need to purchase the soil information for the rest of this, too. I don't really know how this is going to work, though, since I created my own fields here. I think it might have a little bit of issues there, but that's alright. If it does, it does. You know, it's fine. We'll get by. So while I was in that menu, I missed a bit here. I'm going to have to touch this back up. It's a bit unfortunate. It means we're going to waste a little bit, but that's alright. Now, real quick, if you do happen to be watching this and you are not subscribed yet, if you could do me a solid and a big favor and hit that subscribe button for me, and the like button for that matter. They help me out a ton. We're trying to get to 10,000. We're very close to that. We're about 200 subscribers away. A little less than that, I think, at this point. So if you haven't done so, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm working on, I've got to do some more. I've got some more kinks I need to work out on. I don't think it's going to work out as great as I had hoped, but anyway, I'm working on a 10,000 subscriber challenge. It's a one-off, just a one video challenge, not like a multiple series, anything like that, that I want any and all of you to partake in if you're interested in it. But we've got to get that 10,000 subscriber mark to be able to do that, right? So, still something I'm working on, and I've got a little bit of time because we probably won't hit another 200 subscribers for probably a month or so, but if for whatever reason you are on this video and have yet to do so, help me out, hit that subscribe button for me, get me the 10,000, that will be greatly appreciated. I don't normally ask for those in the middle or the beginning of the episodes very often. I normally do that at the end, of my my closing, but yeah, just throwing that one out there now just as a quick one. Alright, this is the last little bit here, and then this canola field is going to be all done. Now, I don't know if this is going to need lime or not. I would suspect part of it's going to. See, that's the problem. See, it's not really showing you. I'm wondering if I buy this. Yeah. It shows it when you buy that. So it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect at all, but it at least is going to show you part of it, I guess, right? Because technically that's still considered part of that field, so like the actual map itself, the system itself thinks it's this, right? So I guess, I guess that's how I'll have to go about doing it. I made it probably a little confused and a little weird about it, but that's all right. We'll get by. We'll get by for sure. All right, so the canola's done. I think we're going to do barley over here. I think. Really, we could use another tractor right now. Well, I say we already have another tractor, but we really could use a third tractor, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna hope the worker does it correctly this time. I'm gonna put it on a worker. We're gonna see what happens here. I don't know why it's doing this jump thing all of a sudden. That just recently started happening. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully the worker doesn't go around in circles, so let's hope they do it the correct way. Okay, so we've got the precision farming on. We get the pH down. The nitrogen, it's great here. It's not so great here, which is a bit interesting, right? I wonder if it's because I bought it after I drilled it? Let me just see. I mean, it says good and perfect pretty much everywhere. Here's the nitrogen bad. I wonder if that's what it was. It has to be. It didn't register. It has to be. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? We know a way that we can test this. We've got a way we can test this. Let's try to test this and see if that continues to be the same thing or not. if I hook up here to our fertilizer spreader, which it had fertilizer in it, I guess I could have taken it out of that, but we're going to use it anyway. It doesn't matter. No, it's got lime in it. I'm staying corrected. All right, we'll unload that there for now. I'll just buy some more fertilizer for it. It's fine. Nice thing is we do have a little bit of money. It's not enough money to buy another field or anything that we need to buy for the actual series itself, right? But it's still enough money that we can do that kind of stuff, right? Which is really the most important thing. So I guess this will tell us, right? I guess one way or another. Doesn't really seem like it's doing anything, does it? It's not doing anything. The pH value is fine though, but for whatever reason, it's not doing anything. I mean, well, it's not great. It's okay. It says okay. I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. It had to be because I did it before I bought that precision farming on it. It had to be. Had to be. Oh well, I guess we'll fix it next time, right? Can't really worry about it right now. I guess we'll fix it next time. What we can do is put down some lime, though. I think I'm going to do that. I think we're going to. It won't hurt. We've got plenty of lime. Remember, I bought way too much lime a long time ago. Okay, let's, I mean, it's not going to tell me that it needs lime in this bottom section at all. Yeah, it's in a really good spot. It's in all green. So, it's just going to be up here. And it is making a very, very, very minimal change here. If you look at the little map in the left-hand corner, it is changing it, but only just. Well, it's changing it a lot more up here, I guess, but the areas that we were looking at, it's not changing it by a whole lot. Okay, I was going to say, maybe I didn't have automatic application rate on when I was doing the fertilizer? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Even if it helps a little bit, you know, it's fine. It's going to be less that we have to do next time, right? I don't understand the nitrogen portion, but whatever. The pH value can still be upgraded a little bit, which will help us in the long run. It looks like the worker is doing what we want them to do there, which is good for us. I don't know why it was bringing down the lime as like a texture on the ground, but then it wasn't actually spraying it out of the actual spreader, if that makes sense. I don't know if you even caught that. I'm sure you did, but just weird. That was weird, right? Feels weird. Maybe I should just go ahead and lime this whole field too. I think this field's going to need it. It's probably going to say pH value is okay. Yeah, pH value is okay. But now this should say that it's good. Yeah, pH value is good. Nitrogen bad. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't explain that one to you. I guess we'll lime this. Why not? We're here. I mean, this is really the two major things we wanted to do today, right? We want to get both these fields done, and this is going to allow us to do that. We can let the worker continue to do the drilling for us. We take over doing the lime for a little while at least, and then maybe eventually we take over for the worker too, right? Doing the drilling. those are the main objectives. If we take a look here at our production change, everything's good. Like I mentioned, right? The fish food's there, the trouts are there. I mean, they're in a fine spot. Plenty of barley, plenty of wheat that it still needs to chew through here for the flour, as you can tell. I told you there's plenty. Not a problem. This is what I'm saying. We can do the canola oil in here too, right? That gives us another thing you can do that's not flour. These, maybe we could go buy a little more fish food, but I mean, it's not really... There's not really that much that's needed there. We're going to turn on the steering assist here just to help me out. So I mean, we've got plenty of it, but I don't necessarily want to waste it either, if that makes sense. Right? If I can utilize it to the best of the abilities here and make sure that we're getting as much as we can out of this lime, then I will be a little bit happier overall, right? So, I'll tell you what, we're going to continue on here. I'm going to have to make a bunch of trips over here to fill up the lime. So it's going to be easier for me just to go ahead and throw it in here into a time lapse. Let the worker continue doing the drilling like they're doing. And yeah, we'll kind of keep going. We'll keep at it and see where we get to. All right, we're going to let the worker just continue doing it here. The worker's actually almost done. They're just doing the headland passes now, so we'll just let them continue to do it. It'll be easier anyway, since they're already done everything else for us. We got all the lime down, though, so the lime's in good spot. Everything's looking perfect for that field. A little weird that, for whatever reason, we can't get this one to take the nitrogen, but whatever. We'll see what happens when it actually germinates in the next episode and next month, and then put a second application of fertilizer down, and hopefully that'll resolve everything. Who knows, but I guess we'll figure it out when the time comes. Now, one thing I've talked about doing quite a while ago, and then I just didn't do it for multiple reasons. I'm going to kind of clean up this area here. I said I was going to, add some more gravel type of stuff, or whatever you want to call this. I know we did this in the last episode. I just don't remember which one of these two it was. I guess it's like a concrete, I guess is what it is. It's not that one. It's got to be this one. Yep, it's this one. So this is just very, very minor, but it's just going to make things look a little bit better. Whew, I almost didn't hit the stop recording button fast enough. I probably would have blew your eardrums out. I had a sneeze there. I apologize, gang. Anyway. Yeah, I like this. This is looking good. This is good. I'm actually going to clean this up too. You would have a little bit of overhang like that, right, with some more grass and dirt and stuff from those areas, so I'm actually okay leaving it as it is there on those spots, but yeah, that looks a little bit better. That looks a lot better, not even a little bit better. It looks a lot better. I was thinking about potentially putting a bit of a track through here. I just don't think I'm going to. Now that we have this track here, this is plenty big enough for us. It does not need to be any bigger than that. It really doesn't. I don't think what I'm putting down is the correct one, for whatever reason. Whoops. I guess it was this. Didn't really look like that, but I guess it was that. Oh well. I'm not really going to go through all of it now, but I'll just add a couple touch-up areas since I know that I was using the wrong thing. It looks like it's kind of a bit of both anyway, right? It looks like it's a bit of both, so... there we go. That's better. All right, so the worker's finishing that up. Now, what else can we do today? Well, really, there's not a ton for us to do. We have $55,000. We can go take a look and see if there's some more fish for us to move around. We can go buy some more fish food, like I mentioned. We can also take a look at some contracts, right? We haven't done a contract in a while. If there's something that is reasonable, in other words, it's not outrageously expensive and not a huge contract, I'm willing to consider doing it. There's spraying contracts, but we really don't have that. Stone picking, no. Weeding, no. Plowing, we do have, but those are massive fields. Not something I'm really willing to do. Harvesting, it looks like, I guess we could do that one. That is quite a big contract, though, too. That's a big field. It's not looking to me like there's a whole lot out here that's, a quick, a couple $1,000. That's really all I'm looking for is like $2,000 or $3,000. Maybe pay a little bit of, the actual product we had to buy. Just do a little more maintenance stuff. Maybe there'd be a little bit of that we could pay off. Some of the fertilizer, etc. that we bought, right? That's not the case. We've got tons and tons of straw. It's not quite there yet. December is really the best. It's not a terrible price. $68 is not a terrible price, but yeah, that's not going to work there either. So, I think we'll head on down. I'm pretty sure there were a couple pallets. Oh, actually, I should look at the flour. That's one thing I should look at. Flour. December. That's what I thought. It's not a bad price yet again, but it's still not something we're going to consider. We want a little more money out of that than that. So we got quite a lot of flour. So now next season, when next season does occur, we're going to be putting in some soybeans in because I believe we'll be very close if we don't already have it. The fish food production, I'm pretty sure we will be very close by then. So we're definitely going to want to have soybeans in the ground at that point. We just kind of missed the mark a little bit this time because of multiple reasons. Well, one, we really only had 2 fields. Two, with the third field we bought already had, whatever it was, wheat in it. So there are a few pallets here. I'm not sure it's probably really enough to do a whole lot, so we'll take them up there and hopefully, are they all trout? No, there's one salmon. So we'll take the 2 trouts up there and we'll drop those off of the lakes. I'm not gonna worry about the salmon right now. The salmon can stay here until the next episode for next month because we're just gonna be selling those right now. There's no reason to even consider the salmon until we start getting into the offshore stuff. That's the only way you can actually turn the salmon into adults. And we're nowhere near that, right? We're nowhere near that. There's a heavy price to get those. You've got to buy a boat, then all the stuff for the offshore, which they're like $125,000 a piece, I'm pretty sure. As a matter of fact, if I go into here really quick, we can look at that. I'm pretty sure they're $125,000 a piece. Yeah, $125,000 a piece, which is absolute insanity. So we're, that's going to be a while before we get that too, because even if we do get that, we don't have any way to really get the salmon there or get the adult salmon back because we have to have a boat, right? And the boats themselves are even more expensive. Well, at least the one that you want, the barge that you want, is even more expensive. You can get some other boats that are not as expensive, but you really can't do any fishing with them. So this will be nice just to top these off a little bit. I do think I am going to spend a little bit of money and buy some more fish food really quick. I might as well just top off all of them so that way they're in a good spot. And really, if we can get the Aquafarm to maxed out on the fish food, it will produce a little bit more fish for us. I think right now it's probably at a point where it would produce the same amount regardless if it's full or not. But if you get that Aquafarm to overfilled with food, it actually does produce better, which is an interesting thing. Normally, that's not something that the game would even consider, but this one, it clearly states it that if you have more food in there, it will produce more fish. which makes sense if you think about it, right? You're kind of overfeeding them to an extent at that point, right? So you're going to get more, you're going to get bigger fish. Looks like they've got maybe one more headland pass to do and they're done there. It looks like there's going to be actually a few here that it's not going to accept. Alright, well, we'll just unhook them. And I'll just kind of put them here. And they can just hang out right there in their little boxes. Alright, perfect. Yeah, the worker's on their final pass here, so the work will be done very, very soon. So, you've seen me do this 1,000 times. I'll just do a jump cut here. I'm going to buy the food with you right now, but we'll just do a jump cut. I'll go pick it all up, and I will meet you back here with it all. I'm going to buy 4 of them, I think. That should be more than plenty. I will meet you back here. Alright, we are back. Gonna go ahead and unload what I can on this one. The other ones we might not be able to unload. I don't know. Because I kind of put those fish in the wrong spot, I think. But, we'll see, I guess. Well, it looks like it already accepted that one over here, so it probably won't be too long before it accepts that one over there, too, right? See, it might be able to accept it. Looks like the worker missed a tiny, tiny bit right here that we'll have to try to touch up, but otherwise, not terrible. Looks like they are done. Now, it doesn't look the greatest right now, right? Texture-wise, because part of it's limed, the other part, the lime has been, pushed into the ground there, but once it germinates, it won't make a difference. It really won't make a difference there, so... So 7,697 liters to go in here into the Aquafarm. I don't even think it can accept that much. It can't. It can accept about 6,000. So there's going to be a little bit of excess here that we will drop off. Matter of fact, I might actually, instead of even trying to unload it, I might just leave. I mean, the trailer's going to stay down here anyway, so I might as well just leave it on the trailer, and then we can just move the trailer next month. I think that's what I'm going to do. Perfect. So we'll head back. We'll jump into the case real quick, and we'll touch up that little spot that the worker missed. All right, let's touch this little section up here, and then we're going to spend a little bit more money on one other thing that I want to do that I've been talking about for a long time. We continue to put it off. I'm not going to put it off any longer. It should, well, I think I have a couple mods installed for it, and if I don't, then it might be a little bit more pricey than we're wanting, but I should, in theory, ooh, don't go in there, the fish. It should be relatively inexpensive, and it's something that we desperately, well, in my opinion, we desperately need. Don't push it too far. Okay, I think it's going to be alright. Okay, now what is this thing I'm talking about? Well, let me turn that off really quick. Let's do a quick save, just in case something happens here. Well, what I'm talking about... It's not that exciting, so don't get your hopes up. It's not that exciting, but it's something I want to do. Maybe I don't have anything. I swear I did. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to get a power washing machine here. This thing is great, but it's super expensive. I swear I had something cheaper. But, I mean, evidently that's not the case, I guess. I swear I had something. But I'm not seeing anything, so I guess I'm wrong. But I swear I did. Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't necessarily know if I want to spend 4,300, but I really want something to spray these machines off with. I don't know where to put it. I'm kind of leaning towards over here because I think this is just kind of stuff that's not even really useful. You know, so if I put it in the corner here and I actually force it to be here in the corner, right? Like that's not really harming anything there, and it's not taking up any extra space. All right, we did it. We bought it. It's $4,200 that we probably really would want, but I've talked about it for a long time and how dirty the equipment's getting, and I really wanted to have something to clean the equipment off. I like my equipment looking cleaner than it has. And I know a lot of my series, they end up looking like this, and I don't love it. But this is a way that we can actually make sure we keep our stuff clean here. Now, I'm not going to go and wash everything today. But at some point, everything will get washed, right? Once we start using it, and if it gets dirty, then I'm going to wash it. That's the whole point. It's just going to look so much better, man. I know the paint's going to start chipping soon, but it just overall, the actual tractor itself is going to look so much better. All right, looks pretty good. I like that. That looks a lot better. And with that, we'll leave the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it, gang. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my members. Cannot thank you guys enough. Like I said, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. Appreciate the support. On to 10,000, gang. And we'll see you next time.